Hello everyone, Royce Miller here with yet another Let's Try. Tonight I'm going to be trying the new Sonic Burger. It's like a double cheeseburger with grilled onions or something. I don't know. I saw it advertised and thought I'd give it a try. It looks to be a play on the Big Mac, judging by the presence of pickles, onions, and what appears to be a Thousand Island burger-style dressing. Or, it might be animal style because it's also got mustard, which isn't on the Big Mac, but is on the animal style burger from In-N-Out. Right off the bat, that is an intense, really good flavor. The mustard, the grilled onions, the pickles. I'm assuming some kind of Thousand Island or maybe Russian dressing. All just complement each other super well. Sonic also has really good burgers, like I think they are frozen patties, but they're still really good meat. Like, it's not like the patties you get from Burger King. It's a real burger. I mean, like, look at that. That is just gorgeous. I'm not a big pickle person, but I have been slowly getting used to them on burgers, and this is pretty good. Like, this is a good pickle. I am super hungry tonight, so I'm eating this a little fast, sorry. I'm trying to think, like, is there a flavor I can compare this to? Because, honestly, this is just a really greasy, good burger. I think, like, Sonic is one of the better... Sonic may be the best, like, chain restaurant, or fast food restaurant, I mean, because everything they sell is legit, Like, if you get a burger from them, you know it's going to be a burger. I usually get the I forget what it's called, but it's like their barbecue melt burger where it's got like two pieces of Texas toast and an onion ring and just a slather on a barbecue sauce. Also, for some reason, like regular white onions, even though it's already got an onion ring in it. I don't know. I will say the one problem with Sonic is everything is so juicy. Like, look at this. This is just absolute disgusting, and I love it. And like the burger that I usually get from them is always super wet too because it's got lettuce, onions, tomato, along with the barbecue sauce. So like you have all these vegetable juices intermixing with the burger juices and the juices from the from the sauce. Sorry. And oil from the onion ring, come to think of it. But anyway, that is super good. I actually don't know how much it cost. I ended up getting a bunch of food from them, and so that was just. But I mean, like, Sonic isn't actually that bad. All the food I got was only $26, and that's what you'd spend at a, over ordering at any fast food restaurant these days. I think the way Sonic is able to cut corners is just like not having an indoor restaurant. You know, their parking lot is their restaurant. Oh, man, those onions aren't going to settle well. I can already tell you that. I can taste the heartburn. Um, but it was good. Uh, I saw the D&D movie yesterday. It was good too. I will say I do see the criticisms, mostly how it's very Guardians of the Galaxy adjacent. I will say what it has over Guardians of the Galaxy is one, not as many pop culture references. That is to say, none, because it's literally a different world. They can't reference pop culture without it being really out of place. And two, it's not trying to build a franchise the way Guardians has to. And like Guardians was actually really good about that with the first two films because Thanos was directly related to three of the characters' backstories. Gamora and Nebula's dad, Drax is like the murderer of his family. I don't know. It is what it is. Um, I think I think the Marvel fatigue is kind of playing hell with people's memories because they're like, oh, Guardians is where it all started. No, it's not. Guardians was like, Guardians knew when to take itself seriously. It has a lot of emotional moments. The first film opens with the death of Peter's mom. I don't know. Like, everyone's saying, like, will that happened, and he's right behind me, isn't he? Those aren't from Guardians. Those are, like, oversimplifications of the Marvel style of humor, which admittedly is getting really grating, but I don't think it's a problem with Guardians. Anyway, but anyway, that's neither here nor there. The thing with D&D, anyway, the other criticism for it is it's an ensemble cast, but it's mostly focused on Chris Pine's character. And, like, I can kind of see that, like, in D&D, you want to focus on every character. But, I mean, one, Pine is kind of the biggest name in the film. Like, even Hugh Grant kind of pales in comparison to Chris Pine. Two, his story is kind of the linchpin of, like, the quest that they're on. Not to give away too much. Also, like, I'd recommend watching it just for the practical effects because they do almost all of the, like, creaturey races as practical effects. There are Dragonborn and Tabaxi and Aarakocra. Just very good. And it makes it all the dumber that we focus on such humanoid characters. Like, even the tiefling looks like a pure human most of the time. You barely see her tail, you barely see her horns. But she's like a cool, kind of like hippie, socialist druid lady. I also like the kind of interplay that they have with the morality of these characters because the two main characters, Chris Pine and Letty from Fast and Furious, that lady, Michelle Rodriguez, they're both what I would call chaotic good. They're kind of bastards, but they do everything with good intentions. Then there's the wizard, who's also kind of chaotic good, if only because he's not sure enough about himself to be neutral good or lawful good, if that makes any sense. Oh, he's a sorcerer, sorry. Then there's the tiefling, who's, I would say, neutral good, just because she's like, I want to protect the land and my family. Yeah. And then there's the Paladin, who is like lawful good. And one joke that they do just kind of straight up steal from Guardians of the Galaxy is he does not traffic in metaphors or anything like that. So when people tell him stuff, he takes it literally, and it's like that is literally just Drax's whole character type. Even though he does use a few euphemisms himself, which is really weird. But no, and then the villains are like neutral or lawful evil, and then chaotic neutral, which I love. I love that one of the villains is just straight up like in it for themselves. You know, they aren't evil. They don't have a higher purpose. They just want gold, and this is a con to them. They are running it as a con, but that's giving away a little too much. So I'll leave it at that. I'll leave it at that. It also has a good wraparound. Like, you know, the beginning and the end kind of play into each other. The ending's a little predictable just because, I don't know, look, there's a lot. Also, I will say, like, it's good. It's weird what they choose to focus on because there's a lot of lore about red wizards in the movie. And it's weird because, like, red wizards aren't the first villain you think of when you think of D&D. Usually people think of Vecna or Strahd or the Beholders. And I would love to see them face Strahd in a sequel. Like, that would be the perfect antithesis. Because he is because, like, he also has, like, this very tragic past that is not too dissimilar to, Chris Pine's. I'm not going to go too much into it, but he's also just, like, a very overdramatic, like, oh, woe is me, I'm so tortured type of villain. Bardic Broadcast described him as an eternal loser. So that's the kind of character Strahd is, and that I love that a lot. And of course you have Vecna, who I think is like could be like kind of the smarmy trickster type evil god that they have to face. But anyway, it's good. It's a good matinee. If you have to choose between it and the Mario movie, I mean, I'd probably say go see the Mario movie, but yeah. If you have time to see both, see both. I mean, money, I should say. Anyway, I haven't seen Mario movie yet. Maybe I'll do a vlog on that, because I'm more interested in that one. I love Jack Black. Not a big fan of Chris Pratt, but what can you do? Alrighty. Oh, yeah, that's the one thing. That's the biggest thing it has over Guardians of the Galaxy. No Chris Pratt. Oh, sorry. F Chris Pratt. Plus L, plus ratio, plus he's white. I'm joking. I am not joking. I don't like Chris Pratt, but anyway, y'all have a good one. This is Royce Miller. I'm outie.